Okay, now we are going to discuss about one sample Java programming, Java mapping example. In this example, let us assume we are getting some non-XML input file, XML input file. Okay, and we need to do some logic, mapping logic, and finally we need to uh, provide the again non-XML file, output file as per the client requirement. So in this example, we are going to see one of the Java mapping. We are getting one non-XML input file. So SAP PI also handle the in. So we have graphical mapping, Java mapping, accessibility mapping, right? So SAP PI PO could also handle the non-XML files as an input file. For this one, we have to do some setting. I will explain later. First, we see how to handle the non-XML files also in the Java mapping. Okay. So one of my friends' requirement is he's getting a sample input file. Actually, this was my friend's requirement. He asked my suggestion how to complete this requirement. He told me, explained me everything about this requirements. Finally, we achieved the desired output. Okay, desired output, non-XML output file as per the client requirement. As per the client requirement. Okay. So if you see this XML, this is not XML file, frankly speaking. This is not XML file, but this looks like XML file only. So sometimes we get some XML files as a escaped format. So here we need to learn what is the escaped XML file. Control C, Control A, Control C. If you Google it, there are some couple of freely available escaped. We can also convert XML to non-XML files. So I pasted this escaped XML file, and we can also get it. Let me show you one example. Yeah, here. This is the input file. This is escaped, right? So there are some line gaps are there. Let me do one thing. I copied this. This is the one what I received from the client. Okay, this is the one. Just remove the unnecessary spaces. Better you can go for any tool. Yeah, this is the one. Control V, Control V. There are some gaps are there, right? Just use. This is for our reading purposes. Okay. If you remove the lines, all empty lines will be removed. Okay. This is the non-XML file we are receiving from our client. So our Java mapping is supposed to take this input non-XML input file. Now, okay. First of all, we should understand the requirement. So we could not understand the requirement. First, we need to convert this escape format to XML format. So I used some freely available tools, free formatter, right? If you paste it and I need an escape. This is escape format. Escape format means it escapes the XML special characters. Okay. So after unescape, I could find the actual XML file. Okay, not here. We can put here. Okay, this is the actual XML file, but he is sending not as XML file. He is sending as an ordinary file. Sometimes people do like this. Okay. Actually, this is XML. Okay, let us zoom. For inside, we are getting like this. Okay, fine. What his requirement is, he would like to he would like to uh, he would like to escape. Yeah, wherever this start of change to replace whenever this start. Okay, I want to escape. I want to put everything in the C data section only. Okay, let us see how the document is. So here, this is one of the comment I have it. So we can put a comment in any XML document like this, so that this line is ignored by the XML processor. Okay, and we have some other tags also. Okay, and finally at the end of the order dealer invoice, we have some C data content. So this is ignored by the sorry, XML processor. So we can minimize it. But data will be there. What his intention is, he would like to see. We have one more comment. End of the change. His intention is whatever the content I'm getting is in between this comment from this place to this place. He would like to get as a he would like to get as a in the C data section. In the C data section. Let us see the output. So this is also output. So take the where is okay. Let us see the output here. I have it. I compiled it already. Now copy this one. Again unescape. If you unescape it, yeah. So I can see the actual XML file. First we understand the requirement. Later we will see logic. This is unescaped file, right? After the compilation of the Java mapping. Yeah. So you already compiled it, right? So I can take this one. Just control A, control A, control A. Oh, yeah. Now it's working. So we do one thing. Again, you can compile. It's not working. Again, refresh. No internet. That is a problem. Connected. Internet is there. Okay, we do one thing. We refresh the browser. And copy the same output file again. Control A, Control C, and paste it again. Once the screen is refreshed. Yeah, it's already there. Okay, I will show it. This is the one. So if you compare this file and this file, wherever here, if you compare this document, this is output file. What I did is I escaped the so his requirement is just to escape the content from this place to this place. So I escaped the same thing. Okay. One thing is escape. I mean, in this document, okay, this is for okay. In this document, he is expecting. If you see you just take this output, Control C, and paste here. Okay. You can also unescape this one. One more thing, and copy this one. Already unescaped it. Control A, Control C, Control C. Just Control A, Control V, and just plugins. Okay. Okay. Fill just language. If you see, he asked us to replace whenever. Yeah, this is this part. Correct. Name. Okay, fine. He asked us to replace wherever this tag comes. This is also fine. So he asked us to replace this value with 00001. This is one of the requirement. And rest of the things nothing. So let us set a Java logic for this one. What I did is I simply took I used the same Java mapping. I take the input as a stream. I used buffer header. I checked each line. Where in each line, if the if it is this first part, this part, if wherever it is this there, just replay because in input file we are getting this value as escape, right? So I'm comparing escaped format only. I replaced with this value T001, right? Yeah, where is T001? Maybe search for. No, this one with the okay. This one with the T001. Okay. Uh, okay. One more thing is okay. Okay. If it is there, a line replace. If it is there, it will replace this one. But this is not okay. 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 Why should be replaced with this one? Okay. Hmm. Again, again, I need to replace with 51. Okay. If it has this value, it will be replaced with this one. Okay. If it is this value, it will be replaced with this one. Okay. Just to replace wherever this escape tags are there, I need to replace. So for this one, I replace this one. Okay. This is the one. 001. And what are the other things I have? I need to replace. Okay. Less than doesn't support. So that's why I replaced with amp less than amp colon again less than because less than doesn't support in escaped format. So again I replaced this one. Okay, like that I modified the logic. One logic, two logic, three logic, fourth logic, fifth logic, sixth logic. This is for escaping to escape uh, less than character. So because it doesn't support for parsing purpose, it doesn't support. That's why I escaped it. So finally, I got the output like this. This is my output. And C data is again C data. I did not disturb. So finally, my output is like this. I simply escaped the this point, this place to this place, and replaced number with 0001. This is because whenever this transaction ID this one, whenever this transaction ID this one, then only I need to replace. Otherwise, I need not. I don't want to replace. That's why that is the condition. Okay? As per the so let us see the logic. So you know right how to convert this one. Okay, I simply called the execute method. I will explain more in details later. Okay, just to use this code for any non-XML parsing. Just just to use the same logic and buffer reader. After reading the buffer reader, now you can read the content of the line by line. You can read it and replace whatever you want to replace. And finally, outright. So in real time, we need to ignore this. This is a sample file I placed here for my. Okay. For real time, just ignore this tag, and if you compile, if you compile this one and build path and convert as a jar file, and you can use this in your Java mapping. So thus we can achieve the requirement. Let us see the output again. Input file is escape format of this file, some XML file, and the output file is again escaped format of some XML file. In the escaped format, we, as per the client requirement, we modified the data. That's enough. Here we did not use any DOM parser and SAX parser. We treated everything as a some non-XML file with different lines. We are reading the each line and replaced certain strings with another string. That is the logic. Nothing else. This is the abstract level. Let us see. Let us summarize. Okay. We did not use any DOM and SAX techniques here. Okay. We used only buffer reader concept buffer reader concept, and read the line by read the line by line, read line by line as a string, and replace as per the client requirement. So we should know here we learned the concept like XML format, escaped format of the XML format. So many people don't know what is escaped format of the XML files. Okay. The second thing is we learned the process, yeah, how to the Java code to support buffer reader buffer reader functionality. That's why we modified the code, and that's enough. This is the things we learned in this topic. So first to read to if you want to read any non-XML file into PI, generally it doesn't PI doesn't support at the time of configuration. While configuring a sender agreement, I mean in ICO we have an option, first tab, sender, right? First tab. In that tab, don't give namespace sorry, software component name. If you give software component name, your ICO validates the input XML file as per the message type structure or not. If you don't give any software component, it supports non-XML files also to to take the non-XML files in your mapping, and you can use Java mapping access setting or whatever the mapping, even for non-XML files also it supports. And generally for Java mapping purposes only we can use this option. Rest of the cases we don't use it. Okay. So this is the things we learned in this Java mapping. I have provided the Java code. I will give this code to you also. Thanks for watching this video.